Hey, what is up, guys? It is Ryan with DP Marketing.Services. It is good to see you. Hope you're doing good, staying busy, staying safe, all those things, because things are crazy. Today's video, let's talk about something that you probably don't give a lot of thought to very often. The way your customers make decisions, right? So a lot of times, and this is true, look, if you're plumbing, if you're an HVAC, if you're a home service company, this is true. But also, this is true if you're a baker, this is the same thing. People don't necessarily look for the services you provide in the way that it's important to you, right? So for instance, the other day, there was a guy on Facebook who shared an ad that he had done. I don't know if it was going for Facebook or if he was going on TV, whatever. But the whole ad was for homeowners, but targeting like chucks in a truck. And so it was all kind of like, beware the chucks in the truck. It's going to be bad. And in reality, you got to realize for your customer, one, they don't know what a chuck in a truck is, right? You do. Anyone in the trades knows what a chuck in the truck is. And two, the things that make you different from the chuck in the truck, the things that you think about and compare it with the other companies, that is inside baseball, 100%. Your customers don't know, don't care. For your customers, here's all they care about. Ah, crap. It's the middle of summer and my AC's broken. How much is this going to cost? And can I trust the people coming out to my house? Right? No one's like waking up excited to have to call you. No one is like thinking, well, depends. How do you do your callbacks and what sort of frequent, no one's thinking that far ahead. You might have a few, but by and large, your customers don't make decisions about what's important to them in the same way you think what's important to you, right? And if you don't believe me, take a second, go on your company's Google reviews and scroll through and see the things that your customers say. Like, see the words that your customers are saying about you, the things that they like and the things that they don't like. Are they saying things like, hey, this is the most professional experience I've ever had. They're extremely courteous. They're very polite. They cleaned up after themselves. Whatever. Do they say things like, it was a lot of money, but it was well worth it? Do they say that? Or do they say things like, it was cheap. I mean, you get what it is. They missed our appointment window, had to reschedule 3 times, whatever. You can totally see the things that are important to your customers by listening to what your customers say about you. Instead of trying to compare yourself to a chuck in a truck, because again, your customers don't care, spend time focusing on the things that are important to the customer, right? If your customers, for instance, are afraid of getting ripped off, and a lot of people are, make an effort to build language onto your website, into your Facebook presence, into your call scripts. Take time to build language that talk about the quality of your service. Use trust icons to show that you're reputable. Other social proof, like other happy customers and their experiences. You don't have to ask them like, hey, do you feel like you're going to get ripped off? Just know by scanning your reviews, hey, this is a concern that they have. And build the language that addresses that in everywhere that your customer will see. Don't worry about building the language of, hey, we're better than the other guy, because frankly, your customer doesn't care about the other guy. All they care about is one thing. Can you guess what that is? Them. They care about themselves. They might be looking at 2 different companies or 3 different companies, but I gotta be honest, guys, it's pretty consistent where we see companies who understand their customers' feelings. They understand what the customers perceive, and they present their entire process and customer-facing side addressing those customer problems. And guess what? Even if they're the highest company in, if customers looking at 1, 2, or 3 companies, a lot of times, if the company can identify what's important to the customer and leverage those pains back, it doesn't matter if you're the highest priced. It doesn't matter if you're about 2 weeks out. Your customer feels like you understand them, like you get them. And so they will totally pay what you ask. They will totally wait because they feel safe. And anything else feels like they're rolling the dice and taking a chance. So look, don't hide behind price. Don't, try to bash another company. That's kind of silly. Focus on winning your customer. Understand what's important to them and focus on those things and do them extremely well. Okay. So on your website, remember, people don't read your website. They're going to scan, they're going to go through. And if you realize that your customers are worried about price, totally have coupons, promotions, rebates, really easy, really prominent for your customers to find. If your customers are afraid of getting ripped off, make sure your social proof, the things that build trust and confidence, make sure those things are easy to find. Know your customers. Make sure that everything you do is addressing what your customer feels, right? Not what you think is important. And when you do that, you will win customers, which is way better than beating the competition. I would love to know what your thoughts are on this video, because I know it's a little bit unusual and it's different than what a lot of people are saying. So leave a comment below. As always, guys, follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and we'll see you next week. See ya.